And I'm like, y'all are living like this? This is real? I have worked for Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead, and I was their porter. After putting in an application, I would show up twice a week. And I would talk to the rental desk girl, I would talk to the service advisors, I would bring them donuts, whatever. By about the fourth time I was there, the service manager walked through the lane, and it was the second time that week he had seen me. And he stops and still didn't know my name, but he goes, "We got to put you on payroll." And I was like, "Yes, you do." And he was like, "Well, what are you here for?" "I have an application in, I'm just here checking on it." And that was it. And we had a client, Atlanta Dream Cars in Buckhead, that did exotic car rental, and they serviced all their vehicles with us. So I had known of them, they knew of me, and I was at Mercedes-Benz now, and they pulled into the lane one day, and the owner of Atlanta Dream Cars said, "What are you doing here? Like, you're in the lane at Mercedes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gaining experience and customers and all that." And he said, "You should come and work for me." And I jumped on that. And I joined them in 2004. He was just opening a Miami office. Of course, I jumped on the opportunity to go down to Miami and work out of the Biscayne Ritz Carlton and the Miami Beach Ritz Carlton. It was definitely nice. We had a really cool employee apartment. It was the nicest place I had been in about 5 or 6. I'm driving around Gallardo's and Carlson kitted S550s to Miami Beach to deliver to customers. And we were all pretty young. The whole crew there was family of the owner, and then a couple of us were just, known in the industry that he trusted and hired. But we were all in our 20s. You have instances like one day where a client called me and said, "I'm back, I'm in town, come pick up the S550 for me. I'm not gonna be able to bring it in." I tell him, "Well, there's nobody in the office with me. I don't have the office card, so I can't take a cab to you or anything to get the card. This is pre-Uber, just pre-Uber. I'm not that old. How many?" He said, I'll pay the cab. Just come to the apartment. You're at the apartment, not the house." Yes, come to the apartment." "Okay, I'm coming." So I'm at the Ritz Carlton on Miami Beach. So I'm in the cab, we get on the mainland, we're going down Biscayne. We pull into the development, which is fairly new. The newest thing is that they're remodeling their whole pool. They're on the ocean with the ocean retaining wall, and the pool is right in the middle of all the buildings, and it goes up to the ocean. So they have all this construction and huge rocks as big as cars piled up on each other at the edge. And so I tell the cabbie, I jump out, I say, "I just gotta run to the client's, my client's apartment is right there. I'm gonna get your money." He says, "Okay, fine." He can see the hallway and the door. So I run there and I knock on the door. I'm knocking, no answer. So I call the client, "Hey, I'm at your apartment. Where are you?" He goes, "You're not here. I'm standing at the door." I'm like, "No, I'm standing at your door." He goes, "Aren't you in Atlanta, DJ?" I said, "No, I'm in Miami." He said, "No, I'm back in Atlanta. I just got back here and I have the car here." I'm going, oh my God. I'm at the door. There's a cabbie waiting outside. I'm in a neighborhood in Miami that I don't know. I'm like, okay, how am I going to handle this? So I proceed to exit out of the back of the building, away from this cab driver, who I'm sure is looking for me. And I go to the back of the building, I look around the building, and the cabbie is pacing the cab. He's out, he's pacing the cab, he's looking, and I see him go into the breezeway where I was. And I'm like, oh my God, like what, I don't know. My boss is not in Miami. My other colleague is not wherever he wasn't at the office. So I have no one to call to even come and rescue me. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, how am I gonna handle this? So out behind this building, against the ocean, is a pile of rocks and debris, like I said, as big as cars, these pieces of rock, and they're stacked 8 feet high on each other and about 20 feet down the beach, 30 feet. It's a huge pile of building and rock debris. So I proceeded to climb this 8-foot tower of rock debris and hide inside between 2 huge pallets of rock and I hid down in there. That's where I figured I was gonna camp out. And I did for about 4 hours. The first hour of which I could hear Miami-Dade PD walking around below me on the ground, walking up and down the beach on their radios. Yes, suspect is a tall black male. Can't find him anywhere. And so for about 30 minutes, I can hear their radios. Then walking around, I hear the cabbie. I don't know where he went. I don't know. And I'm hiding in these rocks. And so finally they leave. I let the heat die down. By now, it's 8 p.m. It's dark. I'm on the mainland. My apartment's on Miami Beach. And if you know anything about Miami, it's not close. They're not close to each other. So I get out of my rock hideaway. I walk through the complex. It's all calm. Everything's dead. I go to Biscayne Boulevard and it's like, I'm gonna try to get the bus back. Well, by 9:30, there's no bus. I don't know where it's going. And I just say, okay, I gotta walk. So it's getting late. I start walking. I'm closer to the bridges where you go over to the beach, but it's middle of the night now. It's dead. I'm walking slow. I'm just wandering. And I see a Taco Bell, and there's like when they were open late back then, and they're actually closed for construction or something. So I'm just standing out front there like, all right, well, I'm taking a break from walking. And I see somebody walk up to me and ask me about, was this restaurant open or not? I said, no, they're closed. And he's like, well, what are you doing? Like, are you just standing here? And I'm like, well, I gotta walk back to Miami Beach, so that sucks. And this guy, and about my age too, also in his 20s, he goes, well, my place is right around the corner and me and my roommates are just hanging out. So if you don't feel like, walking now, you still got an hour if you're gonna walk across the bridge and to the beach. He's like, that's easily another hour and a half walking. And so I'm like, well, shit, yeah, I'll come have some beers. So I go to this dude's house. It's him and 3 other people, all in their 20s. They're all renting houses like people do. It's an amazing house. They got a pool in the back. They got a half-court basketball thing, a ping pong table. His 3 roommates are just in there sitting down drinking and stuff. And I'm like, y'all are living like this? This is real? People do this? And they were so cool. We drank, hung out all night. We all passed out. It was the best experience ever, just randomly. I wake up in the morning, they're all telling me like where to go, how to get where I'm going. They see me off. I'm walking and I go ahead and I take the hour and a half walk across the bridge, all the way back to the beach, to my apartment where my boss was none the wiser. Sorry, Nick, that happened, along with many other mishaps at the Ritz in Miami. But we probably shouldn't have had those positions at 26, but we did good.